Hey, okay, so I'm back. Um, Basically, this is not really a pregnancy update, it's more so just a regular video. Um, I like venting, but I don't like venting on the internet in a way that I would vent to in a person, I mean, vent to a person, um, privately. But, I mean, this is my way to do it with also, I guess, giving advice because I feel like I could do that because I'm experiencing things and that's why this is just my experience so far. So this is basically going to be titled Pregnancy Advice slash my experience so far because I'm not all the way through, but I've learned a couple things. But also eating my Chef Boyardee because I love Chef Boyardee. It's the spaghetti, not the beefaroni or the ravioli. And yes, I'm eating it out the can just because I can. Okay, so basically, I'm going to start off with I feel like this is one of the most important things during a pregnancy, and quite frankly, I haven't had the best of that. So it's basically to have a strong support system. You really, when you get pregnant, you really want a strong support system because you could be the strongest woman in the world, but pregnancy may have you feeling, and I say may because everybody's different. It may have you feeling like you know what sometimes. And quite frankly, I don't have the best. So, and that's also one of the reasons why I'm doing this. And I've decided to make a few videos like this because I really don't have anybody to talk to. And it's like I can have people to talk to, but it's people that I felt neglected by. The relationships just aren't the same anymore. And it's just like, do I even feel comfortable talking to you right now? Like on this level? And also it's kind of like, people who aren't in your shoes, who aren't in your situation, who aren't pregnant, they really won't understand to the fullest extent because they can't. They're not used to. They can't understand it. But it's whatever. It's just like that sometimes. It's even like that when you're not pregnant. But I feel like that's very important to take a look at. Just take a step back and take a look at because it's not really having a strong support system. It is something would really make a difference. Okay, number 2. You're strong. Oh, sorry, I wrote all this down. So, that's on. You are strong but fragile, and it's okay to feel that way sometimes. Yes, of course. I feel like any woman who can bear a child, well, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say it like that because some women can't. And I feel like that makes them strong as well. You know you can't bear a child, but you're still keeping it pushing. And honestly, that's something else. I commend people for that. Seriously. However, bearing a child is hard. And it's hard on your body, it's hard on you emotionally, it's hard on you mentally. It's just hard all the way around. Like, I've never experienced anything like it until now. And as strong as I may feel sometimes, and I don't know, I just feel like when you feel like you're sad or down for something that may not seem that serious, you have to realize that you're in a very fragile state. And although you may not see yourself as fragile, you're in a fragile state because of how much is going on with your body, your mind, and just your body chemistry, everything. And I feel like the way I see it, you are allowed to feel as fragile as you are at this time, at this very time, because no, pregnant women aren't handicapped. Yes, they're regular people, but they're also doing something so amazing. Well, I'm not gonna say they're like, I'm not one of them right now, so I'm just gonna say we're doing something so amazing. We're bringing a child into the world. We're carrying a child. And doing that is a big job. There's so much pressure added to it. So much pressure. So much pressure to keep yourself safe. You're not only fragile mentally and emotionally, but physically as well. No, you're not handicapped, but you're carrying a child, a baby. You're carrying a whole other person inside of you. And that is huge. So it's okay to feel however you want to feel. Sometimes it may not be the best to act on it, but everybody's entitled to feel how they feel. But you especially, because even though your hormones may affect a lot of how you feel, you're allowed to feel that way. You're allowed to feel that way, and you're allowed to feel as deeply as you want to feel. I have a hard time with dealing with that, because as much as I know that, I still feel bad for feeling the way that I do sometimes. And there's a reason for me feeling the way that I do, but it's just, I probably wouldn't have felt this way before if I wasn't pregnant. But then again, being pregnant changes a lot. Not just with me, but with other people. Excuse me. But with other people as well. Okay, on to the next one. Number 3. Don't let anyone tell you how to experience your own pregnancy. And I am 100% an advocate for this, because even other pregnant women will tell you how to experience their own pregnancy as if everybody's not different. And it's ridiculous. It's okay to give advice. It's okay to, have someone confide in you about certain things. It's okay because you have experienced it before. It's okay. But what's not okay is telling someone, oh no, you can't do this because I didn't do that, or you can't feel this way because, just because you're pregnant, this, that, and the other. Yes, that applies to certain situations, but a lot of the times right along with number 2, you feel the way you feel. And at the same time, you tend to your pregnancy how you want to tend to your pregnancy. Don't let nobody tell you what you can and cannot eat, unless it's absolutely horrible or bad for the baby, unless it's your doctor or whatever. But this is your experience, and I feel like it should be special for everybody who gets to experience it, because once again, not everybody gets to experience it. And it really is a special thing, and it's a wonderful thing. And I feel like it should be, it should feel like the best thing. Even if you don't see it that way, it should feel like the best thing. And that's really irritating. I hate when people be like that. I hate when people try to tell people how to handle their own. I just hate when people try to tell people how to handle themselves, period. Like, how are you going to tell somebody how to handle themselves or handle their emotions, or, it's beyond me. But on to the next one. Number 4. Try writing to your unborn child. That is something that can help tremendously. I don't know, it might not help for everyone. There's different things for different people, but I know this personally helped me. Whenever I feel down, and I think honestly, because I'm really, 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 really struggling right now with antepartum depression. Because, well, not because, but I know I probably said this in a previous video. Before I got pregnant, I had depression, and it's gotten so much worse since I've been pregnant. I have spoken to somebody about it, by the way. So don't just think I'm just sitting here, you know, just sitting in my sadness and despair. However, writing to, you can, okay, when you feel really bad, or you feel depressed, or you're going through something, it's really easy to become detached from everybody and everything, even your child. And I feel like I'm a bad mom sometimes because of that. Already I question my mothering skills because sometimes I will feel detached from my child as if it's not my baby. And I know other moms deal with this. I know they do, because I've seen it, and I just feel so horrible about it. And I know other moms feel horrible about it. And when I write to the baby, it actually helps. It kind of gives the same effect that, you know, when you go to the doctors and you get a sonogram, an ultrasound, and you get your sonogram pictures, and, you know, you get to see the baby on the screen moving and everything, and, you know, you find out the gender, you know, and there's that part of you that just gets so warm, and you become so attached to your baby in that very moment. Whether it goes away right after or not, because I know mine sometimes goes away. But it kind of gives that same effect when you write to the baby. It's like you're writing to a person, because that's ultimately what this is. It's a person. And it's just like, you know, you're talking to your extra heart that's about to exit your body. So it really does help. And I really recommend any mother going through something or any type of detachment to try it. At least try it. It may not work for you, it may work for you, but just try it. Just try it. You never know what's going to help. It's good. But, okay. The last one. Number 5. Try finding others who are in your same predicament. So by that I mean, being that not everybody experiences pregnancy the same, everybody has different situations. Some people are married, some people are not married, some people are just in a relationship, some people are absolutely alone, some people are just single parents with people who are good parents. However, they're not together, they're literally single parents on their own, like, you know, single mother, single father. There's different people for different predicaments. And I know if you're pregnant and you're going through a certain situation, you may look at somebody else who's pregnant, and you may, even if they're going through something as well, it may not be the same thing that you're going through, and you may not feel like you resonate with that person. And that's okay. That's okay. Try to find people you do resonate with. Even if you have to search online for it, because I know I've had to search online for it, because personally, me and my child's father are not together, and that's a long story in itself. Not many people around me who are pregnant. I don't have a lot of friends to begin with, so a lot of the friends that I do have are not pregnant. I've made one mommy friend, and I have a cousin we're 6 months apart, and she just had a baby. But me and their situations are totally different. My mommy friend, she's engaged. She has a fiance, and they are in this together, and they're doing whatever. My cousin, She has a boyfriend. They live together and they're raising their baby together. Me, I see myself as just a single mom. That's all. Me and my child's father are not together. I'm not even sure where we stand. So, but I know he's gonna be a good dad, so I'm not gonna take that away from him ever. And honestly, that was one of the things that really made me feel bad during this pregnancy. However, I did discover that finding people that I did resonate with, it helped. It helped. Because I know it may sound corny or cliche or whatever you want to call it, but I know that I'm not alone, in that, regarding that type of situation. Even in mommy groups, there's a few moms that are dealing with the same thing, if not worse. And other people's despair does not make me feel better, but it makes me feel better to know that we share the same despair. To know that I'm not by myself regarding that despair. So, yeah, and I've even came across videos where I've seen moms who have been on YouTube crying and just, really explaining their hurt and their pain and how alone they are. And I'm not gonna lie, seeing that hurt me to the core, because even though I'm not gonna be getting on YouTube doing all that, I feel it, and I understand completely. So, honestly, it helps. Once again, it may not help everyone, but it helped me, and it may help a lot of other people. So, that's pretty much it. To be honest, so gotta wipe this off. To be honest, I really love my baby, but I know being pregnant, and I know this from experience now, I know being pregnant can be really, really hard, especially when you don't have many people by your side, or you really become isolated. And that's another thing. Pregnancy is really, really isolating. When you don't really have the right people by your side necessarily. Because let me tell you something. I've been in the house by myself for weeks upon weeks upon weeks. Like since the very beginning, because I'm still at the beginning, kind of. I'm almost halfway through, but I'm still at the beginning for the most part. Since the very beginning of my pregnancy, I've been alone. I've been in the house. That's really like trying to get a job so I can keep myself occupied. So that's another story in itself as well. Like it's such a struggle, but yeah, for the most part, it's really, really isolating. It's a beautiful experience, but if you don't have the right people by your side, it's really, really isolating, and it sucks. But one thing that doesn't suck is my beautiful baby, and I know I won't have to share my baby with anyone, even though I'm gonna want to, because babies are a beautiful gift. But I know that's one gift that I get to keep to myself. And, it's just, I don't know. But that's pretty much it. My pregnancy advice and my experience so far. I'll probably be making one of these same exact videos when I'm further along in my pregnancy. Probably, I'm not gonna call it an update, because I'll probably really just be adding on to this list. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And I'll be back probably next week with another 2-week update, 2-week pregnancy update, because I'm 16 weeks now, but nothing has really changed. So I'll be back in another week to give you a pregnancy update. So bye.